Good morning. First and foremost, go to the website listed above. Take a look at the plan. Take a look at the plan. Let me know what you think about the plan using the message box that's at the bottom of the website. Let me know if there's some places that we need to fill in. But also, download the petition and take it to your supervisor of elections office. Let your voices be heard that we want to see legislative authority. But why I'm here is I want to hear to talk about the buy-in, but I do need you to buy in with some time just so you can understand where I'm coming from. It's important that you give me your time. I went to the Orange County redistricting committee meeting last night in the Pine Hills area, and it was at their multicultural center. And Pine Hill has about 85,000 people that are part of Pine Hills. I can tell you right now, less than 60 were at this meeting last night for various reasons. Some individuals stated that there was just not, it just wasn't put out in a way to let the majority of citizens know, even though the one of the representatives stated that they put it in the paper, that they did a couple of radio ads. It just wasn't put out to enough people to know that you need to show up. So the first thing I want to tell you is we have got to want to be stakeholders in what's going on in our community. You have got to want to be at these meetings. But that comes with a caveat. And this is where I need your time, energy, and patience to stick with the video. One of the main things is they put out one of these, itineraries of what's going to go on. And they have a place for public comment. Public comment. This is where you get up and say what you need to say. They even have a little handy sheet here that you fill out because you want to give a public comment. But the president stated that when you give this public comment, there will be no response from the committee. First and foremost, I have a huge problem with that because I believe in dialogue. I believe if you're going to give the public a chance to speak, because you are the resident expert, because you're there to talk about this subject, you should at least be able to answer one or two questions. I don't think that's too complicated to ask from letting individuals speak, even if you have to limit how many people can speak. This at least gives the community an opportunity, if they want to have a representative ask a very particular question, that question gets asked and it gives an answer back to the community the moment they ask. That shows me that the people that are there understand what's going on, and they also have buy-in to the community because you're willing to dialogue with the community. When you don't set that tone, I know you don't want to dialogue. I know I'm 3 minutes into this video right now. Please stick with it. In the Pine Hills community, this is something that I'm going to tell y'all. Because we do not have buy-in, because 85,000, we saw less than 60 people there. They're talking about redistricting all of Orange County. All of Orange County. And they're going to have 19 meetings in different places throughout Orange County. So I tell you, find out where this is happening. Go on your Orange County, go on the website, find Orange County, and find out all these redistricting meetings. But what the people were asking for, I wrote it down. I took crazy amount of notes. So I'm gonna just run through these notes really fast. Some of the individuals said, hey, do not pack all of the socioeconomic disadvantaged communities in the same district, because they get no money, they get no focus, they get no resources. Some of the other individuals stated that, hey, why is it that District 5 and District 6 have all or most of all the shelters in the jail? They don't want to see all of that just put in this one area, because we know through history what things like that look like. They asked for, these individuals were saying, hey, we're just looking for some equity as well as equality when you guys are thinking about redistricting. When you're thinking about redrawing these maps, can we do it in a way that shows that you care or that there is concern about everyone? Now they're going to use 2020 census data. And I'm going to tell y'all that a lot of people dislike that because they said a lot has changed in this area since 2020. Keep in mind, the committee has told them we're not going to respond to any of this. So these individuals are just going up there like I am right now, talking, hoping that that their words are not falling on deaf ears. And I can tell you by the way some people walked out of there last night, they felt like their words had fallen on deaf ears. Some counties had stated that, hey, when our ballots come out, there is nothing that even shows that we're represented on the ballot. This shows that there is a problem. There is a consistent problem. There were requests for the redistricting community, like I said, to use more current figures. Now, the reason they said they didn't want to use the current figures was because they had racial and ethnic figures in the 2020 census. Now, to me, I'm asking just one question, because I'm always wondering this. Why do I care about racial and ethnic pieces of information when I'm thinking about redistricting? And the answer's gotta be that people don't want to live around certain people. If we are still there, say it with your chest. Say that, hey, we still have pockets of individuals, or maybe a large group of individuals, that do not want to live around one another. But it is important to understand. Also, their next meeting is in Apopka on April 2nd, if you are concerned about getting out there. A lot of the things that I saw and a lot of the individuals, I don't like looking at citizens and feeling like we have to beg. You know, we have to ask you to take us into consideration when you do these things. And the committee advisors, when you go to submit your map, because you can submit a map online to say that, hey, I think that things should be redistricted like this. The committee stated clearly, they don't have to accept what you submit. They don't have to accept your input. But not only that, the actual commissioner board doesn't have to accept the input of the committee. When you don't have to do these things, I talked to an old commissioner. Her name was Vicky Vargo. And she said, you have to put your trust in the fact that, they're going to do the right thing. I don't do that. And I don't want you to do that either. Do not put your trust in the fact that I or anyone will do the right thing. You put your trust in what you can see. Why ask citizens to weigh in if there is a way for you not to have to listen? That makes zero sense to me. And I will not let that continue. That's why I'm telling you, legislative authority for citizens is important. I'm not going to ask you to weigh in and then turn around and have a policy written anywhere that says we don't have to listen even if you weigh in. We already got that. It's called representative democracy. This is why I implore you to take serious what I'm trying to offer. And something that I did notice, and I did have a conversation about this. We as a whole don't feel like we are stakeholders in our communities, and there is a lot to learn. So let's not act like there's not a learning gap. It is, but it is incumbent. It is important that you understand that legislative authority and what I'm going to do is going to push that education on you. It's going to give you everything necessary to start understanding what's going on, and it will not be a fast process. There will be a huge learning curve. There are people who do not believe, and they are right, that we have the requisite knowledge to run these communities. But that is because even though the information is there, it's kind of rice bowls. It's kind of put out in a way that if you don't know, you don't know. And I need to make sure that that information gets out there in a way that you will know. And I need to also come up with a workaround for the excuses that we don't have enough money to fully get information to our citizens. I did hear that last night, that, hey, we're on a budget and that we can't afford to send out letters to everybody in the community because it's probably going to cost too much money. This is something that technology has already worked out. We could easily be emailing or texting all of our citizens, letting them know where these meetings are. So I think that that excuse is just not leveraging what's available. And honestly, in today's society, you're not leveraging what's available on purpose. It's not done by accident. So I do want you to understand that when I talk about legislative authority and giving you the power, that even if you don't understand today, we are going to create a way to get you educated and to close that learning gap. And it will take time and it will slow things down, because when you have to remediate, when you have to teach things that maybe people should know and they don't know, it does take time to close that. But bear with me on this. I cannot make these videos shorter, and I've chosen not to. I need your attention spans to get longer. I need you to understand that, hey, the information that I gotta put out, it's a lot. And you're gonna have to start learning to take in a lot. It's almost gonna feel like you're being fire hosed, but that's okay. You're gonna be able to read at your own pace, but you're gonna get the information pushed on you. I'm gonna make sure that you have access to it, and I'm gonna make sure that you're reminded. You need to go here, you need to read, so that when you get to make these voices and you get to make these votes and you get to vote on these policies and these legislations, even at your county level, even at your municipal level, that you understand what's going on. We have got to understand that citizens need to be stakeholders, and we need to buy in to all of these systems, all of these understandings. We cannot just leave it to individuals who have written in ways to not listen to you, written in ways to not listen to you, but get in front of you and advocate for you. That doesn't make sense to me. So I hope you made it to this through this little 12-minute video. And I hope you understand. And if you did, go to that website, look at that plan, tell me what I'm missing, and take the petition to your supervisor of elections office. You guys have a great day.